Hi, plastic people. So we'll go through the setup of the H2D real quick. So I'm back where we were at the unboxing. I've already got the 4 screws out. We did that during the unboxing, so we'll hit next. This says total time of 31 minutes, so we'll go ahead and hit next. And I've got a spool of bright dark blue PLA in there, and it is the bamboo filament. So right now it is homing the tool head. So we'll see here as it goes through, and you can see the noise, and you can see the cutter pop out there real quick. Right now the bed is moving up. I'll have to pull that powder coated PEI sheet out, and I'll wash it with soap and water before I do a print on it. It feels a little greasy, sticky, but for purposes of just running through the setup and calibration, should not be a problem. Maybe run a Swiffer through the bottom here as well. And now it's going to go through and calibrate both nozzles and make sure everything's good. I do believe I loaded the right nozzle with the that blue. Right now, auto bed leveling. Going through testing nozzles, making sure everything's good. Says auto bed leveling phase 1, 5%. Just heard the A1. I just updated the AMS light firmware on it. I did plug in the auto stop button there, just in case I'm using the laser and I need it. Speaking of, I did open the box for the laser here. Well, that goes through there, so it does have the manual, the laser module, the air assist came in the box with the printer. So those will be later. I don't know how much I'll get use out of those, but for what limited use I'll probably use, I'm not too worried about it. It's nice to have. Let's see if I can open this with one hand. And this is the calibration plate, the visual encoder plate. Oh, my gimbal. So that'll go on, and then it uses the camera to make sure everything is done right. Supposed to improve the accuracy, but we'll see. From what I understand, you don't really need it right away. So we are 11% going through doing bed leveling. But yeah, the visual encoder, from what I understand, isn't really needed right away, but as you use it, things can drift a little, so not a bad thing to have. Might be a good thing with the laser and the cutter especially, and even the pen plotter. Don't know how much I will actually use any of those features, but it was cheaper to buy them up front than it would be to add them later if I decided I wanted them. And for the limited amount of time that I'll actually use the laser, I'd rather just have one machine that does it all and then I don't have to worry about it too awful much. Just swap out the piece and you're done. That could change in the future. If I think I really like it, maybe I'll get a new dedicated machine that's bigger that gives me more options. So now we're moving on to motor noise canceling. So that should help make it quieter. I know the A1 is nice and quiet. The A1 Mini is nice and quiet, especially compared to a few of my Voron machines that are quite loud. Quietest Voron I've got is my Trident. It's not too bad at all. The loudest is the 2.4. Hopefully we can get done with this. I'm on my lunch break for work, so hopefully this will get done in time. Then I'll set a print going, and since I've got PLA loaded, it will be probably just the included benchy. I think everybody said it takes about 15 to 18 minutes. That's fine. I'll just run it just to see how well it does. And then the first big project for this printer will be printing out Doron Velta parts, all ABS or ASA. Let's see which one this is. Polymaker ASA, so that'll be the green. And then I've got the sparkle gray to go with it. And then eventually I'll be able to actually start building that printer. Just have not printed anything out for it yet other than some test prints to make sure what the colors are going to look like. And it's showing 20%. I'm not doing too bad so far. The noise is fine, and I'm sure once the doors close we probably wouldn't hear anything, or very little. See a little bit of the top there and how they've got the cables and that managed with the cable chain. I have to look and see. Lights are pretty good. They're not bad. We do have the auxiliary fan there on the side, and of course in the back there on the right is the heater for the chamber. So that'll be nice running these ABS and ASA prints. I've also got some PC to run through, as well as some carbon filled nylon. So that will be another test to see how well it does. I did not see any extra build plates yet on the Bambu site, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that, for maybe a smooth or like the cryo sheets that are really good at hold on to everything at cold temps, as well as we've got a shop down in Huntsville about an hour and a half south of me, and that carries all the Bambu stuff, so I'll be able to make a trip down there and pick up parts if I need it. Maybe go to a 0.6 nozzle, but I think the 0.4s will be fine. It is a little slower than, say, a carbon or even some of my Vorons, but I think that'll be fine. Most of what I print isn't time sensitive. It's all just for me, so I'm not too worried about if it needs to run overnight. It needs to run overnight. It's not gonna bother me. So we are at 27% now, 28%. So it's moving along. Let's see if I can extend this. There we go. Oh. This is taking So far the longest part is this noise canceling, but hey, I'm fine. I'd like a new, nice, quiet one. While this doesn't, maybe able to see, but it's on. I've got it on a lac table that I have reinforced. Those may need to be reinforced a bit more, as heavy as this thing is. And then it's got a quartz countertop piece there, and then you might be able to see it is kind of wobbling around with the movements, but I don't feel any of it getting transferred into this table. It's all being absorbed and on those rubber feet that are underneath, and I guess those are the anti-vibration feet that you can pick up for the X1 or for the P1 series. They do wobble quite a bit, but everything I have seen says that it does not affect the print quality at all. We are 33% now, so it's moving along. And I just noticed I've got prints on my Prusa that I never took off, and I've got to try to remember what they were even for. That I upgraded the Octoprint version yesterday. Got all my printers up to date yesterday. I've been out of town 2 of the last 3 weeks, so everything was turned off, knowing that I was going to be gone for a while, and come back, power everything on, and now I've got to do updates. She is moving right along, 35%. Definitely hear more noise and some movements than others, and I'm sure that's by design, so it can figure out what it's how it's doing it. Alright, that's moving the bed up and down. That progress bar on the bottom here moving as well. We're at 40% according to the screen. I'm guessing that's what the progress bar there matches up with that. Let's see if I've got something I can set this on for the time being. .43%. So we're about 15 minutes now. It's not doing too awful bad. Do not know how far it needs to go through. I don't think it's in this quick start guide other than to let it run. Yeah, just let it run is basically all it says. Different noises from the motors as it does different things to figure out what it needs to do. Coming up on 50% now as well. I'm at 48. Now it's 49% onto vibration compensation. I would guess I should be able to not have it do that each time. Save a little time on your prep right before a print. Probably don't have to do it every time on the Mini, but it doesn't take too much time, so I normally let it run anyway. We're over 50% now. There we go. Don't have to have me holding the tripod now. Put some boxes underneath. It looks like our progress bar underneath is matching the 55% or close to it. just hit 60%. Now it's auto bed leveling phase 2. So we're just over 20 minutes, almost about 21. And we're 62%. That tracks with their 31-minute estimation. I'll also have to test with my flare camera to see how well the bed heating is once I get to actually printing, especially the higher temp stuff like ASA and ABS. %, so we're 2/3 through. Okay, 71 done. Nozzle offset calibration now. 72. Might not be much to see here. I will say the print head is massive compared to pretty much anything else. It kind of has to be with everything going on in it. Not a whole lot to really see there while it's doing whatever it's doing. Hit 3/4 complete. Just hit 75% complete. and 25 minutes, so yeah, pretty close. Back that a little. Not sure if you can see it, but there are barcodes on each nozzle to say what size it is, and there's a barcode here to say what bed is installed. Allows it to read everything, so it knows what is installed in the machine and whether it will match what's in your slicer settings or not. Just hit 80% and still on nozzle offset calibration. Well, sung me a tune. Now it says get started. So it went from 84% to get started. So we'll hit get started, and so we're there now. New AMS detected, so we'll go to setup and then detect, and this should feed it, and this way I don't have to tell it what nozzle I've connected it to. You can connect it to either. I just happen to connect it to the top port, which looks to be the right nozzle, so it should feed it in and be able to detect. Setup complete, so we'll say OK, and it is showing my dark blue in there. So let's go back to home, print files. We've got a speedboat racer. Spool holder's already done. It didn't send me a scraper, but I've got spools, cutting mat. So it does have a few different models, but I'm just going to set the speedboat, bed leveling and flow calibration in auto mode, which I'll leave that be. I'm not going to worry about time lapse, and we'll hit next. It's PLA on the right extruder. We'll hit print, and let's get it going. Make sure it starts, and then I'll end the video. I've got the doors still open. PLA shouldn't be a problem. The auto top vent did open there, so that's good. And the back vents should have opened. Of course, I can't see that with the with it being closed off on the front side. I will need to print out a poop chute and put a bin on the back left side, I think is where I'll put it. Front door is open. I guess it doesn't like that. But once this gets started, we'll let the first layer go down. I don't know how well it's going to stick to this bed. I do want to clean it before I really start printing on it. Let's see what it says. It should be using the right nozzle with it being where the filament's loaded. Is definitely loaded in there, so it should start extruding soon. And it's got a message for me and a little robot here showing off because the front door is open, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. It is starting to purge filament. I'm going to have a piece of filament all over the back of it, I'm sure, till I can get a new poop chute printed to guide it someplace else. Showing bed at 55C, and I guess that's my blower fan on the left. But my nozzle is 218 on the right and 76 on the left. And that sounds like it must be the part cooling fan. And I still see it dribbling some blue. We'll definitely need to try some multicolor dual nozzle prints rather than just doing the AMS. Uh, 33 minutes total now, so it was about 29-30 minutes for the total setup time. This is taking its sweet time to get prepped to put down the first layer though. We are cooling down on the right nozzle probably for the bed leveling. That noise is a little annoying, but shouldn't be anything to really worry about, especially knowing what it is. And I'll have to disable that vibration compensation. Since it's done it already, I don't think it needs to do it every print. So it is heating back up. There we go. So it has started, and first layer is looking pretty good there. So we'll let that go. Should take about 17 minutes it says up here on the screen. And we'll see how the benchy is. I'll let you guys go though, and see if I get some more content out of this or not. This will probably end up being my go-to printer for the most part. We'll see how all it does. I'll get some ABS prints done, I'll get some ASA done, and then start printing some of the other materials like nylon and polycarb and such. But thanks everybody for watching. We're at 35 now, and we've already started on a couple layers in on this. So everybody have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.